What if the biggest limits in your life aren't real? What if they're invisible rules you've been trained to believe since childhood? There are certain books that claim reality is not as fixed as we think. Books that suggest your thoughts, beliefs, and perception shape the world you experience. To some people, these ideas sound inspiring. To others, they sound dangerous. Because if your perception shapes your reality, then the real battlefield is inside your mind. Today we're exploring a powerful concept often discussed in books like The Secret and Reality Transurfing. The idea that your thoughts and focus can influence the direction of your life. But before we go further, this isn't about magic. It's about psychology, belief, and the hidden power of perception. Most people believe reality is something that simply happens to them. Events occur, circumstances appear, and they react. But many mindset books argue the opposite. They suggest your internal world, your beliefs, expectations, and mental focus shapes how you interpret and respond to life. And that response slowly builds the reality you experience. Your mind acts like a filter. Two people can face the exact same situation and experience completely different outcomes. One sees opportunity, the other sees failure. One grows stronger, the other gives up. Same world, different interpretation. Modern psychology shows that the brain is constantly predicting what will happen next. Your expectations guide your attention. If you expect rejection, you notice signs of rejection everywhere. If you expect opportunity, you notice possibilities others completely miss. This is called selective perception. Your mind searches for evidence that confirms what you already believe. So in a strange way, your beliefs start shaping the world you notice. There's also a powerful psychological effect called the self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe something strongly enough, your behavior slowly makes it true. If you believe you'll fail, you hesitate. You avoid risks. You stop trying sooner. Eventually failure happens, but not because it was destined, because your actions aligned with your belief. But the same mechanism can work in your favor. When you believe improvement is possible, you try longer. You learn from mistakes. You adapt faster. And slowly, results start changing. Your brain also rewires itself based on what you repeatedly think. This is known as neuroplasticity. Every repeated thought strengthens a mental pathway. If you constantly think about problems, your brain becomes skilled at noticing problems. If you constantly think about solutions, your brain becomes skilled at spotting opportunities. Attention is one of the most powerful forces shaping your experience. Whatever you focus on repeatedly becomes your mental reality. Focus on fear, and the world feels threatening. Focus on growth, and the world starts looking full of possibilities. But here's why most people never change their reality. Because changing reality requires changing identity. Most people repeat the same thinking patterns every single day. Same fears, same doubts, same habits. And because their thinking stays the same, their results stay the same. Real transformation begins when you question your automatic thoughts. Why do I believe this? Where did this belief come from? Is it actually true or just familiar? Many limits in life are psychological scripts we inherited from culture, family, and past experiences. Once you start questioning them, something interesting happens. You begin seeing choices where you once saw walls. You begin seeing opportunities where you once saw limits. That doesn't mean life becomes easy. Challenges still exist. Failure still happens. But your response changes. And response is what shapes direction. This is where the idea of bending reality becomes less mystical and more practical. You're not controlling the universe. You're controlling your perception. And perception controls decisions. Decisions control behavior. And repeated behavior creates results over time. Your external life slowly reflects your internal patterns. Change the pattern, and your life begins to move in a different direction. So maybe the real secret isn't bending reality like a superpower. Maybe the real secret is mastering the mind that interprets it. Because the world you experience is not just what happens around you, it's how your mind makes meaning of it. And that meaning shapes every decision you make. So the real question is this: what kind of reality is your mind building right now?